Okay, everyone, you can get ready your book and also pencil because maybe later you can take some notes and also highlight some keywords, okay? Can everyone hear me clearly? Is it clear? Yeah, if you can hear me, you can just tell me okay or send anything in the chat box. Okay? Yeah, and also for the parents and the kids who are in Singapore, if you haven't redeemed your GEP math books, okay, please do remember to scan the code to get your own GEP books. The last round will be on 16th June. Yeah, that is our last round. And you can only collect your book at our Tyson offline center. Okay, the last 20 seconds, and we will start. Yesterday, we shared something about the number and the figure pattern. Right, I hope it helps you to understand some challenging parts in this book. Okay, and today the topic is about mastering models. I have to say that for model drawing, it is the most essential method for P2 students. Okay, and here, everyone, please have a look at the topic 4 on your book. Topic 4, mastering models. Can you find it? Yes, if you have the book, please take out your book and also your pencils. Get ready. Okay, so when it comes to model drawing, basically we can divide it into 3 types. The first one is about the sum and difference. The second type is about the sum and multiple. And the last type is about the difference and the multiple. For all the P2 kids, everyone, you only need to focus on the first 2 types. That is the sum and difference and the sum and the multiple. And also, for today's lesson, I will focus on these 2 types of questions. So now, everyone, let's start from question 1. Nicole, Belinda, and Louis had 44 marbles altogether. After Nicole bought 10 marbles and Belinda sold 6, they had an equal number of marbles. How many marbles did Louis have at first? So when it comes to such question, actually you can see this is a typical word problem, right? So here, pay attention to some keywords like bought 10. Actually, that is plus 10. Sold 6. Actually, that is minus 6. And then equal number. Also, do remember to read the question carefully. What is the question asking you? How many marbles did Louis have at first? So when it comes to such question, what should we do? How to draw out the table, okay? So here you can see that for the first step, after you read the question, underline the keywords, you can find that from the question, we know the sum, and also you can find the difference. So in this way, the type should be sum and difference problem. And let's solve by drawing a model. Firstly, how many people can you see here? We have 3, right? So for the first step, that is to list characters. Maybe you only need to write down the capital letter. We write it as NBL. And then draw appropriate bars and label the sum. And here, do remember that after you compare before and after, you will see that Louis doesn't change. So in this way, we can just regard Louis' part as 1 unit. And then try to label the changes and calculate the new sum. You see that for Nicole, did Nicole already have 1 unit at very beginning? No, that is after she got 10 and then she had 1 unit. And what about Belinda? Originally, Belinda had more than 1 unit. How much more? That is 6. So here, maybe we can draw it with the dotted line. Okay, and then how to figure out the new sum. So here when it comes to the new sum, let's have a look. For the total 44, which part refers to 44? Firstly, we have Nicole. Okay, pay attention, it should be the shorter part. And what about for Belinda? We have the longer part. And for Louis part doesn't change. For these 3 parts add up to 44. But in order to figure out 1 unit, what should we do? Well, firstly, we just plus 10. And then you cancel the 6 part. Now, we can get 3 units. And also we can get for the sum, 3 units equals to 48. Then how to figure out 1 unit? That is the next step. 3 units equals to 48. So to figure out 1 unit, we use division. 48 divided by 3 equals to 16. So here we can get 1 unit equals to 16. Who has 1 unit? That is Louis. So we can get he had 16 marbles at first. This is the example question. So again, let's summarize these 4 steps. For first step, you need to read the question, find how many people are there, who are they, try to list characters, draw appropriate bars and label the sum. Step 2, you need to label the changes. Do we have more or fewer? And calculate the new sum. Step 3, to find a new 1 unit. And for the last step, that is to calculate the answer and pay attention to the question. What is the question looking for? Is the question asking for the single person or for the total? Okay, read the question super carefully. Now for this, let's try guided practice. There were altogether 57 pens, rulers, and erasers in a box at first. Okay, again, from the first sentence, actually, how many kind of stationery can you see? 3, right? We have pens, rulers, and erasers. Then, 4 pens were added to the box. Pay attention, added. And the 6 erasers were taken out. Pay attention, taken out. Now, the number of pens, rulers, and erasers in the box is equal. How many pens, rulers, and erasers were there respectively at first? Now, everyone, also please take out your pencils, try to underline all the keywords on your book. Okay, now let's try to fill in the blanks. Step 1, list the characters, draw appropriate bars, and label the sum. Here, we need to identify the constant variable. The number of what does not change. Again, read the question. 4 pens were added. 7 erasers were taken out. So what is never changed? Good job. It should be ruler. The number of ruler does not change. And then, which one has the longest bar? Which one has the longest? Okay, great. Again, read the sentence. 7 erasers were taken out. And then, the number of these stationaries is equal. That is originally, there should be more erasers, right? So actually, you can get eraser has the longest bar, followed by ruler, then pen. Now, try to fill in the brackets. We have pen, ruler, and eraser. Pay attention to the different length of the models as well. And then let's try to analyze. What about the number of pens? For pen, actually, after 4 pens were added, then we have 1 unit, right? So actually for the pen part, you need to divide it into 2 parts. One part is the original number of pens, and then we have extra 4. What about a ruler? The number of a ruler doesn't change, so it is always 1 unit. And what about eraser? Originally, it should be more than 1 unit. Okay, question. How many more? Now, everyone, can you try to read the question by yourself? How many more? Excellent. It should be 7. Okay, so now we already finished the model drawing part. And what about the sum? You need to find the new sum. Okay, pay attention to this part, everyone, the most important part. According to the question, we know that originally here, we have 3 different types of stationery and the number of each is different, right? Okay, so here the total is 57. Actually, 57 refers to these 3 red parts. But you are going to figure out the new sum. That is the sum of 3 units, 3 equal units. So what should we do? Firstly, we plus 4 because we add 4 pens. And then you need to minus the extra part. For the extra part, that is 7. Now, could you please tell me what is the result? What is the new sum here? What is 57 plus 4 minus 7? Okay, here I want to share. This is the tip and the trick in calculation. 57 minus 7. What is it? Yes, that is 50. And then plus 4. So you can get the answer should be 54. How units equals to 54? Yes. So we can get the 3 units equals to 54. Then how to figure out 1 unit? It should be 54 divided by 3. The answer is 18. So this is the answer. Okay, finally, don't forget, read the question. Step 4, answer the question. To figure out the number of each stationery, we need to follow the model. For pens, it should be 18, then minus 4, right? Because after you add 4 pens, you will get 18. So what about originally? It should be 18 minus 4 equals to 14. And what about the rulers? The number of rulers doesn't change, so it is still 18. What about erasers? Yes, you need to add it back. It is 18 plus 7. The answer is 25. Then, please write down your final answer in short sentences. There were 14 pens, 18 rulers, and 25 erasers at first. When it comes to word problem, everyone, do remember to write down your final answer as a short sentence. Okay, so far is it clear? Yes or no? Okay. Now move on to the practice part. Jackie, Wilson, and Mandy have 50 apples altogether. Jackie has 5 more apples than Wilson. Wilson has 3 fewer apples than Mandy. Find the number of apples they each have. Step 1. Try to list the characters, draw appropriate bars, and label the sum. Firstly, we have 3 people. You just write down the capital letter. Here, actually, usually I put a straight line here to remind myself for all the models, okay, they must start from the same line. Later, I will show you more. And then you can try to compare. Jackie has 5 more apples than Wilson. That is Jackie's model. Jackie's bar should be longer. What about the extra part? Try to label. That is a 5. And then Wilson has 3 fewer apples than Mandy. Wilson has 3 fewer apples than Mandy. Everyone, look, can we just say, okay, here I want to cancel. I run the cancel. Okay, for the cancel part, I write down 3. Is it correct? No. Pay attention to the name, huh? Wilson, fewer than Mandy. In other words, Mandy's model should be longer than Wilson as well. But the difference is only 3. So do remember that when you are drawing the model, 3 should be shorter than 5. Okay? And then, what is the next step? Try to find the sum. Label the changes and calculate the new sum and find the 1 unit. What is the 1 unit here? Usually, for 1 unit, it refers to the equal part. So here you see 1 unit, 1 unit, 1 unit. How to find the equal parts? We already know that the total is 50 and you need to minus the extra part. So 50 minus 5 minus 3, what is the final answer? Yes, minus 8 altogether, that is 42. Then, how to figure out 1 unit? 3 units add up to 42. So what unit? It should be 42 divided by 3. The answer is 14. And what about Jackie? 1 unit equals to 14. Does Jackie only have 1 unit? No. That is 14 plus 5. So the answer should be 19. What about Wilson? Wilson, only 1 unit, so he has 14 apples. The last one, what about Mandy? Mandy has 14 plus 3. So Mandy has 17 apples. Okay? So far, is it clear? Not that hard, right? This is for the sum and the difference problem. Okay, so for the next one, maybe you can try it by yourself. The total number of candies Alicia, Betty, and Celia had at first was 116. Alicia gave away 16 candies and Celia bought 5 more candies. Now, they have the same number of candies. Find the number of candies Betty had at first. When you read the question, also try to underline some keywords. Total number, 116. Alicia gave away 16. Celia bought 5 more. Now, they have the same number. Find the number of candies Betty had at first. Okay, again, following our 3 steps. Step 1, list the characters, draw appropriate bars, and label the sum. Okay, you see that. At the very beginning, actually, we have no idea. But anyway, in the end, they have the same number of candies, right? So maybe we just draw 3 equal parts. And then let's have a look. How can we get these equal parts? Well, after Alicia gave away 16 candies, that is originally, actually, Alicia has 16 more. And what about Celia? Celia bought 5 more. So that is originally, she has 5 fewer. Okay, now try to label. For all the 3 red parts I label, that is 116. So what about the sum? How can you figure out the sum of these 3 units? 1, 2, 3. How to do that? Okay, correct. So again, you see that. Firstly, 116, we need to minus 16. That is to minus the extra part here. But is it enough? No. Good job. Also, you need to plus 5. Okay, question, what is 116 minus 16 and then plus 5? Yeah, this is also kind of tip and trick, right? 116 and 16, you can just cancel. Good job. So here we have 105. How many units equals to 105? Yes, we have 3 units, 3 people, right? Okay, so what about 1 unit? 105 divided by 3. you will get 35. Okay. And actually, so far, we already got the answer. Why? Because the question asks you, find the number of candies Betty had at first. Who had only 1 unit? Good job. It should be Betty. So actually, that is the answer. And also, if the question asks you to figure out the number of candies that each person had at first, then you just figure out. For A, it should be 35 plus 16. That is 51. For B, very easy, straightforward, 35. For C, that is 35 minus 5. Because it is shorter than 1 unit, so you need to subtract 5. The answer is 30. Okay? So you see that for such question, always do remember, for when you double check your answer, read the question as well. Find the number of candies Betty had at first. So actually your final answer, you only need to write down Betty had 35. Okay, before we move on to the next part, firstly, I want to show you something about model drawing, the basic unitary model. Okay, let's have a look. This is a warm-up question. Peter has how many oranges? How many? Yes, super easy, 2 oranges. And how many strawberries? Yes, we have 6. So the number of strawberry is how many times the number of oranges? Let's have a look. Who is the 1 unit and who is the multiple units? Can you find here? Yes, it is super easy for you, right? Okay, so usually we regard the shorter one, the fewer one, the smaller one as 1 unit. And for the bigger one, the more one here, it should be multiple units. So according to the model here, we can get the relationship is bigger number divided by the smaller number. So look, the bigger number, 6. The smaller number, 2. 6 divided by 2, you will get 3. That is, the number of strawberries is 3 times the number of oranges. Okay? And then another warm-up question. Cindy says, I have 4 bananas. And this says, the number of bananas that I have is 3 times the number Cindy has. Okay, question. How many bananas does Andy have? Any idea? Okay, good. Again, you can try to draw the model. 4, that is for 1 unit. And then 3 times the number Cindy has. So actually here, we can get Cindy's bananas should be 1 unit. And then based on 4, you need to multiply by 3. 1, 2, 3. That is, to calculate multiple units, we multiply. That is 4 and then 3 times. So here, times 3 equals to 12. Okay, here we can get 12 bananas. So now you see, this is how we draw the basic model. And also here, I have some question for you. The number of donuts is 4 times the number of cupcakes. Can you tell me, okay, which one is 1 unit? Which one should be shorter? Which one is fewer? Which is the 1 unit, A or B? Please type your answer in the chat box, A or B. A or B. Which one is 1 unit? Yes, 4 times the number of cupcakes. In this one, we can get cupcake should be 1 unit. Okay, and then we just start from cupcake. And then you need to draw multiple units. Here, the number of donuts is 4 times. 4 times. In other words, that is 4 units. Okay, can we start to draw like this? Is it correct? No. Why? Because you see that when you try to draw the model, you need to make sure that they start from the same line. That is why usually I put a straight line first before I draw the model. Okay, and then following this, you need to draw 4 units. And next one, can I draw it like this? Is it correct? Again, no, right? Why? Good job. Because you need to make sure that your model has the same size. Cannot be the longer one and then move on to the shorter one. Cannot be the fatter one and then move on to the thinner one. Cannot, okay? Make sure that for your model, they have the same size, okay? And can I draw it like this? You see that they have the same size, but what is wrong? Okay, good. And then you see, they must be side by side. Okay. So here, everyone, when it comes to the model drawing problem, do remember to use your ruler. Okay. Draw the straight line, draw the same size, and draw it side by side. Okay. Here you see, we have 4 units. Understand? And for the last part, that is to label the number. For example, if I tell you, here we have 12 cupcakes in total, could you please tell me how many donuts are there? Yes, it should be 4 times 12, okay? Very straightforward. So if you can understand the basic model drawing, then let's move on to a bit challenging one. Sum and multiple question. The number of sweets in container B was 3 times that of container A. Okay, pay attention. 3 times that of container A. Actually, container A, it should be 1 unit. Some sweets from container B were shifted to container A. In the end, both containers had 18 sweets. Again, in the end, both containers had 18 sweets. How many sweets were there in container A at first? Well, in such question, actually here is another keyword. Everyone, please try to circle it. Shift. As long as you see the word shift, actually we can say such type of question is internal change. What's the meaning of internal change? So for example, Teacher Apple has 10 coins, and also you have 20 coins. And now, Teacher Apple give my 10 coins, all my 10 coins to you. Now I have nothing, but you have 30 coins, right? And actually you see that in such scenario, what is unchanged? Is it Teacher Apple's number of coins? No. Is it the number of your coins? No. Actually, you can see that the sum of our coins is never changed. Can you understand this part? Internal change. Okay. So here, everyone, please take out your book and circle the words here. This is an internal transfer. As such, the total number of sweets in both containers remains the same before and after. And then you can try to solve out the question. Firstly, find the constant sum. In the end, each container has 18. That is, for the sum, it should be 18 times 2, which will give you 36. So here, when you draw the model, you can label 36. And also you can find the multiple relationship here. That is A, we had 1 unit. B, we had 3 units. So how to build the equation? How many units equals to 36? Can you find? Good job. You can just add them together. We have 4 units in total, and the sum is 36. So 1 unit should be 9. 1 unit. Which container had 1 unit? That is container A. So it had 9 sweets at first. Again, let's summarize our 4 steps. First one, find the constant sum. When it is internal change, when it is an internal transfer, the total, the sum is never changed. Step 2, actually that is the same as the previous type of question. List the characters, draw the multiple relationship, and label the sum. And then find one unit. Which one is shorter? Which part is equal? That is 1 unit. The last step, try to calculate the answer and pay attention to the question. What is the question looking for? Okay, now let's practice more. Eddie had 85 books and Abby had 115 books. Eddie decided to give Abby some books. Okay, again, Eddie decided to give Abby some books. So what type of question is it? Yes, internal transfer. Now, Abby has 4 times as many books as Eddie. Read this sentence again. Abby has 4 times as many books as Eddie. That is, Eddie should be 1 unit. In the end, how many books do Eddie and Abby each have respectively? Okay, let's try to fill in the blanks. Firstly, you can see the constant sum. What's the sum here? They have 85 and 115, which is 200 books altogether in the beginning. After Eddie gives Abby some books, their sum changes or doesn't change. Okay, good job. So here you need to circle their sum does not change. Then, what is the sum? Yes, the sum is still 200. Step 2, try to list the characters, draw the multiple relationship, and label the sum. Who has fewer books? Who has fewer books? Okay, again, let's read the sentence. Abby has 4 times as many books as Eddie. That is, Eddie is 1 unit, right? Eddie's model should be shorter. And Abby has 4 units. Do you still remember what is the sum? Yes, from step 1, we know the sum is 200. Okay, now everyone, based on the model here, could you please tell me how many units equals to 200? How many units equals to 200? Good job. 200 refers to the sum. That is for the units, also you need to add them together. Here, 5 units equals to 200. So 1 unit equals to 200 divided by 5. What is the answer? Yes, the answer should be 40. Okay, the last step. Now try to answer the question. In the end, for Eddie has 1 unit, so Eddie has 40 books. What about Abby? Abby has 4 units, so she has 40 times 4, which is 160. Here, again, write down your final answer as a short sentence. Okay? I give you some time to fill in the blanks. Done? Okay, great. Then move on to practice part. Isabel and Charlie each had 40 stickers in the beginning. After receiving some stickers from Charlie, again, after receiving some stickers from Charlie, Isabel had 3 times as many stickers as Charlie. From this sentence, we can get 2 key points. The first key point is internal transfer. Good job. So what is never changed? The sum. Okay, the second key point, who is 1 unit? 3 times as many stickers as Charlie. So Charlie should be 1 unit. Okay, now draw the model. Firstly, write down the name. And here, I do suggest to everyone you can just draw a straight line here, okay? Here, start from 1 unit. Isabel had 3 times as many stickers as Charlie. That is, Isabel had 3 units. 1, 2, 3. Then label. Okay, question, what is the sum? Well, this is super easy to make mistakes. Can we just say, okay, 40. Is it correct? I know that most students just write down 40 here, but actually it's wrong. Why? What is the keyword here? Each. Okay, good job. Each had 40 stickers. So what is the sum? The sum should be 80. Okay. 80. Oh, this is for P2. Yes, this is for P2. Okay. And how units equals to 80? Yes, we can get 4 units equals to 80. So 1 unit should be equal to 20. So far, any question? Then, what about Isabel? For Isabel, according to our models, you can get she has 3 units. So 3 units should be equal to 3 times 20, which gives you 60. Okay? Any question? Yes. So always do remember to work that step by step. Okay? Pay attention to the keyword each. Okay, the last part. There are 45 apples in crate A and 55 apples in crate B. How many apples must be transferred from crate B to crate A such that the number of apples in crate A will be 3 times the number of apples in crate B? Well, you see the question is super long, right? Let's read it again. How many apples must be transferred from crate B to crate A such that the number of apples in crate A will be 3 times the number of apples in crate B? Okay? Now, let's try to work. Firstly, label A and B. Which one is 1 unit can you find in this question? Yes, 3 times the number of apples in crate B. So we can get B should be 1 unit and A should be 3 units. What is the sum here? Can you find the sum? Yes. Where can we get a sum? Good job. From the first sentence, which is 45 plus 55. 45 plus 55 equals to? Yes, equals to 100. And then let's try to figure out 1 unit. Based on the model, you will see 4 units equals to 100. So what about 1 unit? That is 100 divided by 4, which is 25. Good job. But can we say, okay, final answer is 25. I already figured out 1 unit. Okay, I'm so happy. Bye. Can? No. Why? Because for such question, it asks you the number of apples must be transferred. So here, apples transferred, it should be 55 minus 25 equals to 30. Why do we need to minus 25? You see that at the very beginning, there were 55 apples in crate B. And then in the end, there were only 25 apples. Why? Because actually for 30 apples, we just move them to crate A. Understand now? So now you see, for the final answer, it should be 55 minus 25 equals to 30 apples. Well, this question is a bit challenging. Yes, okay, read the question super carefully. Okay, so far, any question? Any question? No? Okay. So this is the end for today's topic, okay? And here, everyone, do remember that we have a free mock test on 8th June. Okay, please do remember to scan the QR code if you want to register for the mock test. And also, based on your mock test results, we will provide a free GEP short-term course. And also, here I want to share more about our trial classes. We have a new offline center at Tyson. And also, we offer the free trial classes here. Okay, so if you are interested, do remember to scan the code as well. See you!